Hello, champions. This is your Dr. Leonard Coldwell. Today, I want to talk about health. Most people don't have even an understanding anymore about what health really means because we are used to all these minor pains, all these health inconveniences, not having enough energy, no quality of life. And all these things have nothing to do with your diet. As most people are saying, yes, diet has an impact on our health and our lives and our energy level, but not as much as people believe or think, because it is what's in the food that's the problem. The additives, the fluoride in the drinking water, and mainly the main problem for your mental health is MSG, monosodium glutamate, which is a neurotoxin that has a major impact on your health. It's addictive and it's in food. It's also called the China syndrome or China restaurant syndrome. And it's also in food to make your food, even if it's completely tasteless, taste better for you. It changes your entire neurological system. It changes literally how you perceive what you eat, and it can basically make cardboard taste good so that you think it's your most favorite food. But it's, on the other hand, it's addictive, where it's really coming from the Asian part, the Chinese, Japanese, that use enormous amounts of MSG in their foods as a taste additive or taste enhancer, but they are basically immune against MSG, so they don't have the effects that we here in America or worldwide can have from MSG. So if you are dizzy after you eat, it might be MSG. If you cannot focus or get a headache, my mom always said, it's so strange, every time I eat that Italian place, I have a headache when I get out of there. I did some research and figured out they're using MSG, and that's what a lot of people have or experience. I'm more interested in talking about health today and protecting you than talking about illness or healing, because if you're healthy, there is no illness. If you're healthy, you don't get an illness. And your health depends on your mental attitude. Your health depends on how you see life, how you perceive life, how you expect you are, how you see yourself in the mirror, how you imagine yourself when you think about yourself. So let's do a test. If you think about yourself, how do you see yourself? Vital, strong, powerful, or do you see yourself dizzy, depressed, worn out, sad? That basically is a blueprint for your day, for the blueprint for your life. It's a program that you set in your subconscious mind that then replicates the picture you have of yourself, or the belief system you have, how you are, who you are. You will always see that successful athletes always believe in themselves and what they can do. They never doubt themselves before they get into an Olympic sport, or a boxer when they get into a ring. That's why they push themselves up before and push themselves up on the way to the ring and also in the ring. You can push yourself up for life anytime you want to. If you are sad, if you don't feel right, if you are angry, just jump up and down, clap your hands, and say, I love my life. And just jump up and down. Then inhale really deep into your stomach, tie up your muscles around your chest and your shoulders. Inhale really, really deep into your stomach, one hand wide, one hand size believes the belly button is basically the middle of your body, therefore the middle of your existence. If you don't inhale deep into the middle of yourself, into the middle of your body, you cannot feel balanced and you don't have the energy. Also, you need to know that you get energy and oxygen while you exhale. A lot of people think because when they inhale, they get oxygen and energy. No, that's not true. When you inhale, the bubbles in your lung fill with oxygen, and when you exhale, you compress the oxygen into your bloodstream, into your body, and then you feel better, stronger, have more energy. And this is basically what I like you to just try if you have no health reasons that would restrict you from doing a breathing exercise. So please, if you don't, if you have asthma or I'm sorry, if you have asthma or any other problems with breathing, please don't do that or ask your health provider first. But on the other hand, you can do a really simple energetic exercise. You inhale 4 seconds through the nose and then you exhale 11 seconds through the mouth. So you inhale really strong 4 seconds. Let's inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And now exhale through your mouth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And now breathe normal, relax, and just try to focus your breath. Put your hand underneath your belly button and then try to inhale to that spot. Try to lift up your hand when you inhale. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And now sit or stand really upright and straight. And just imagine you're getting stronger when you inhale. Just get the feeling, I'm inhaling pure energy. Imagine a golden, bright, shiny light or some other a blue light, whatever you think is powerful and gives you energy, but give it a color and imagine you're inhaling that color and fill your body with this golden, bright, shiny light so that your entire body is filled with energy and let the energy beam out of your entire body so that you feel better and that you really imagine how strong you are, how powerful you are. See yourself in front of a full-size mirror and see yourself the way you want to look. You have a smile on your face or you have a very serious, strong look. You look into your own eyes, you tie up your muscles, and then you inhale deep into your stomach. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stand upright and exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And now breathe normal and only do things if you feel comfortable. If anything, I suggest you should try right now. Please don't do it or stop the second you feel uncomfortable or dizzy or whatever it might be, because we are so used to a shallow, wrong breast, chest breathing that our system might need to get used to this amount of energy, of oxygen we pump into our body with the right kind of breathing. Another strong exercise to get instantly power, instantly energy, is to inhale 4 seconds through your nose, hold your breath for 16 seconds and exhale 8 seconds through your mouth. So inhale through your nose 4 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can, and only as long as you can, hold your breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and exhale through your mouth for 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now breathe normal. So now you should already feel more energy. And the thing is, when you can do this 10 times in a row, and you will feel definitely more energy and have more oxygen in your system than before. The entire Asian mindset about health is dependent on breathing, chakra breathing, or deep breathing, deep stomach breathing. This is why you see in Chinese pictures, the wise man always has a little belly sticking out underneath the belly button, really low actually, because the Asian people believe that the wisdom, your chi, the middle of your body, the seat of your soul is at this spot, and you should fill it always with energy. That's why sometimes if your belt is too tight, you cannot really breathe right, and you feel very strengthless. You have not the energy to go for a long walk or anything like that. It sounds very simplified, but I don't want to do anything complicated, and I don't want to explain this kind of stuff in depth so that you get bored. The other issue I want to talk about is you should not be ever, under no circumstances, should you be um, an organ donor. If you have the organ donor sign on your driver's license, go to the DMV, change it, and say, I do not want to be an organ donor, because organs, my dear friend, can only be taken from a living person. So all these people that are in a they are so-called brain dead, so that they can murder them legally. It's just literally a legal trick to make millions and millions of dollars on your organs, and you are not, there's no such thing as brain dead. And there's enough evidence out there, and I just want to mention it because you might end up being in an artificial coma, because when they know you get prepared for organ donation, they give you a lot of medication to keep you calm and make sure you don't wake up. So if you are an organ donor and you are basically, you could be saved, but also they could just let you die, then as an organ donor, your chances are much, much lower that they're going to save you, because if you're an organ donor, your potential income of millions of dollars for your organs and all the procedures that are connected to that. There are nurses that quit their job because they said the patients wake up in the middle of them getting their organs taken out. They fight back or scream or wake up shortly before the procedure and try to fight their way out of the surgery room. And this is very common knowledge by now. This is just, you just need to really have an eye for it. And I know with my appearances, I'm going to create a lot of new enemies, because I want to protect you, I want to save you. And I made a deal with God when I was a teenager. My mom was, in the opinion of the doctors, dying on hepatitis C, liver cirrhosis, fatty liver, and terminal liver cancer, with the expectancy of 6 months to live. And I started out to learn everything about health. I talked to all the doctors, and the doctors said there is no help. There's nobody ever got healthy or got over liver cancer in a terminal state, or liver cancer cured in general. Never happened before. And I said it cannot be. So I traveled the entire world to find ways, find patients that were badly sick and got healthy again. talk to all the so-called healers, so special doctors, geniuses in their field, but also the naturopathic healers out there to find my way to create a system to cure my mom. And I made a deal with God. I said, God, if you help me to cure my mother, I didn't say, please cure my mother. I said, if you help me to cure my mother, I will spend the rest of my life to help other parents and their children not to have to go through what my mom and I had to go through. And this is what I'm doing. I don't care how many, I have 8 attempts on my life because I'm not shutting up. I have 8 attempts on my life because my books, I have 25 mega best-selling books. The main successful book is The Only Answer to Cancer, or the new version of that, The Only Cancer Patient Cure, which has been sold 900 million times. And they don't want me to talk about these things that I know about health. And I don't, on purpose, I really don't want to talk about illness because there is no illness where there's real health. And real health starts in your mind. So let me ask you something. Best is to prepare yourself with something to write and a piece of paper to write on for the upcoming ideas. So let me ask you, if you could change anything and everything in your life right now, don't think about if it's possible, that's not the point. The point is, I need you to write down everything that you want to change, want to have different in your life, want to do different in your life, and different ideas, different goals, behavioral patterns, financial situations, because it's all connected. You can have cancer of the wallet, cancer in relationships, being lonely, or cancer of the wallet, being broke, and you can have cancer of the body, of course, but it's all the same cause. My system is called Instinct-Based Medicine System, IBMS. It's called that because I believe that our instinct is God talking to us. I believe our soul is a part of God and our instinct is God talking to us. I have, with 9 million live seminar attendees on 66,000 patients with autoimmune diseases, I have never seen anybody or heard anybody saying, I listened to my instinct and I was completely wrong. I only heard to other people saying, I had a bad instinct about it, but I still did it and I completely failed, or I wish I would have listened to my guts. So learn to train your instinct, learn to train your inner voice by listening to it more and more and more. It's like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. You don't need anybody else, in my opinion and experience, to change your health and life situation. You only need yourself. You need a decision. You need to make a decision. And I need you to just simply write down, what do you want to do? What do you want to do different? And then write down why. Why do you want it this way? Why do you want it to be different? And what is going to happen in a negative way if you keep on going in the wrong direction? What's the worst possible scenario that can or will happen? And then right next to it, everything that's going to be different and positive. How can your life be? How should your life be? If you change anything you can change and you want to change about your life, about your actions, what behavioral patterns do you want to change? How do you want your life to be? How do you want your life or your relationships to be? How much money do you want to have every month? How much money do you want to have in basically in your savings account? And then, of course, be careful, my dear friends, as we all believe that are in this field of educating people, the dollar will go down the tubes, the dollar will lose its value. So that's why all my colleagues and I, we are in gold and silver. And I think it is the smartest thing to do instead of having cash in the banks, which might be taken or get lost um, or blocked in form of cryptocurrencies, which I think it's the biggest fraud in the world. You give real money for absolutely nothing. So it's like me saying, I give you a piece of paper, I write on it $1 million, and I give it to you and I say it's worth $1 million, give me $1 million, and you give me the money. You are simply an idiot. And I believe the same is true for cryptocurrencies. There's no backing, this is nothing. Nobody really knows who creates it, who owns it. In the case of Bitcoin, I said from the beginning, Bitcoin is fraud, it's a trap, and maybe even a Ponzi scheme. But for me, it was always gold and silver, and for all my colleagues now, it's gold and silver, and this is basically what you really need to look into, and not having your cash in your bank accounts, only the money that you need to pay bills or wire money, send money, or write checks or pay your credit cards. That's the money you should have in your bank accounts, but otherwise cash. And I would get every month cash out of your account so that you have at least 100 or 200,000 in cash at home. And when you can work on it to get about 100 bullion gold, like Kruger and American Eagle, Double Eagle, or Wiener Philharmonica. So 1 ounce coins, that will, if you have 100, then you basically have over $250,000 in gold, safe things that cannot be taken, it cannot get completely devalued. The gold price goes up and down. This is not financial advice. I'm not a seer or fortune teller. I don't know what's going to happen with gold, but I know what's going to happen to the dollar. It will be worthless one day. And gold and silver will always have a value. It was always like this for thousands of years. And it's really expensive right now, but if I would have cash on my hands that I wouldn't need, I would buy gold or silver. I hate silver for a lot of reasons. Silver is basically a byproduct of the production of other things like gold. And I don't believe in silver because it's too heavy, you cannot really move it. If you have to buy gold, you can always get 10, 20, 30 gold coins even in your pocket. But with silver, to have some kind of a real value, you need a lot of weight. And silver is very heavy, and I just don't like it. In general, I don't like silver, even if it's going to seem to grow really fast and a lot in the near future, as my consultants and experts around me telling me. I still don't believe in silver. I have some silver, but I wouldn't buy silver at this moment in time. So I'm saying this because it has to do with your health. Stress is the main cause of every disease. Mental and emotional stress is the main cause, or maybe the only cause, of cancer. Every illness is based on lack of energy. You will never see somebody that is positive and strong and happy getting a flu or cold. You have to be worn out, you have to be tired, you have to be depressed to get the cold or flu. So it's really, really important that you uplift yourself on a daily basis. And as I always say, jump out of bed in the morning, stretch your arms out and say, good morning life, or I am somebody, or I love my life. But do it powerful and strong, Motion creates emotion. The more powerful you move your body, the better you feel. And then march towards the restroom, march in there, look into the mirror, and say, wow, I am somebody. I love myself. These little things can change your entire life forever. So it's really, really important, my dear friends, to do the little things, the fundamentals of success and health. The stronger you are mentally, emotionally, the lesser is the chance for you to get really ill. And to get an autoimmune disease, you need to hate your life, you need to not want to live anymore. Carl Simonton was this great cancer clinic in Fort Worth, Texas, was writing in his book, Getting Well Again, that most of his cancer patients had 18 to 26 months before the diagnosis an event that they literally said, I don't want to live like this anymore, or I don't want to live, period. And it always happens in conjunction with getting divorced, losing a spouse through death, or a child that died, or your job after 40 years. And all this negativity leads to people giving themselves a subconscious suicide command. Your subconscious mind will always listen. That's why it's so important to make sure you know what you're talking about and how you're talking about. And most of all, when you talk about yourself, it needs to be always positive. I can do that. I did overcome a lot of bad things in my life. I will overcome this. I will come out of this great and stronger than I ever was. I'm a born champion. And if somebody says, how do you know you are a champion? You just say, Dr. C said so. And you just stand up for yourself. Don't let anybody talk you down or bring you down. Make a list of all the people that you have to throw out of your life, the ones that have to go. Everybody is negative about you, negative in your life, makes you feel bad after you talk to them, even on the phone. If you talk to somebody on the phone, you hang up and you feel bad, these people need to go. We don't have the excess energy to survive all these negativity attempts in our lives. So it needs to be your life. You need to be happy, you need to be healthy. Because you have this life, and if you are sick, if you're in pain, you have to endure it, you have to live with it, nobody else. That's why you have to take care about yourself first. Like in the airplane, when there's no oxygen and the oxygen mask come down, they tell you to put on your mask first before you help children or weak elderly or other people, helpless people, because you're no good to anybody if you're laying on the floor gasping for oxygen. There's no way to help somebody else. To help your children, to help your grandparents, your parents, you have to be strong first, healthy first. You have to be a role model for your children. That's the most important part. Children learn from what they see and feel and not from what you tell them. If you are a role model of health, if you love yourself, your children will love themselves. They will be in the same way active and positive and love life. And my dear friends, if you need more information about me and my work, please go to drleonardcoldwell.com, doctor spelled out, and then my name, leonardcoldwell.com. This is the newest site we are working on, and we're going to start with events, with seminars. If you want to have information about private personal consulting, please write to ibms@drleonardcoldwell.com. IBMS stands for for Instinct-Based Medicine System. So ibms@drleonardcoldwell.com. Write me and we send you all the information you need. And for a limited amount of time, I am willing to do private consulting, phone consulting. And we're going to also start live events again. We're going to start an elite seminar See, I am curing people with autoimmune diseases for 52 years now. I'm on stage for 52 years. I am the most efficient, successful, motivational speaker on earth in the opinion of real experts. And also, I trained for the largest companies in the world. I am training for personal development, personal strengths, personal success. And my new program, Unlimited Personal Power Programming, will be available soon. We're going to have seminars, events. Also, we have going to have internet events, internet seminars. I just need to really figure out how to do that. If somebody can help us with these kind of things, my entire staff got lost during the COVID times and basically Trump ruining my life by blocking me for going back to Europe. And so we are rebuilding a new staff. Everybody that has knowledge about TV shows or any marketing ideas or really wants to help, also with translations. My new book is coming out soon, and I basically ask you for information and input. So whatever you want to do or know, please write to ibms at drleonardcoldwell.com. And on the other hand, stay strong, no matter how the news are. The news are negative by nature because they want you to get to the news to find out what horrible things did happen this day and are going to happen. So they are basically negative by nature. Also, there was an experiment where people tried to make channels, TV channels with positive information, positive information only, and these channels didn't survive. People are not interested in positive information. People are interested in gore and murder and rape and negativity, and you need to basically stay out of this as much as you can. Get rid of the people that are bad for you, for your emotional existence, that make you feel bad about yourself. Anybody talking negative about you needs to leave your life, or you will not make it. You cannot swim the Olympics with a brick around your neck and win it. It's not possible. These people are bricks around your neck while you try to swim or navigate through life. You're born to win. You're born to be successful. You're born to be a champion. And a lot of people get this message because my book, You're Born to Be a Champion, is one of the most best-selling books of all times. And we're going to revive all my books in English language soon. So if you have interest or also in an elite seminar, I'm going to give an elite seminar weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Florida, where I give the participants all the essence, all the knowledge I've gotten of working with Fortune 500 companies, the largest companies in the world, the most famous people in the world, and I give you all the information I have about producing success, happiness, and wealth in this elite seminar, and it will only be held once. So if you are interested, please write to IBMS at drleonardcoldwell.com or go to my website, Dr. spelled out, drleonardcoldwell.com, and write me through that website. It is very important that we build a strong society. I have my IBMS Master Society with 196,000 members in Europe, in the German-speaking parts, Germany, Austria, or Switzerland. And I'm going to create a strong, powerful self-help, helping each other as brothers and sisters in America. And I founded my own country, the Champion Nation, and it is recognized worldwide as my own country, as my own nation. And the Champion Nation is a new start is we have our own passports, driver's licenses, gun permits in Europe, and whatever we need to survive what's coming. I think, and I have seen it by training for nearly everybody and every company of significance, that success is always a result of effective team play. It can be with your spouse, it can be with your uh, employee partners or friends at your job. It can be with your boss, it can be with your company, it can be between all the employees. But we're going to create the champion elite club, and we're going to stick together, and we're going to help each other. And this is the most important part you need to understand. Success is always a result of effective team play. Let's play together. Go to my website, drleonardcoldwell.com. Write me to ibms at drleonardcoldwell.com. And you will hear from me live next week, same time. And thank you for everything. Thank you for listening. That was your Dr. C. Thank you very much.